Hello YouTube. Update. Firstly, to start by, it was 3 years ago today that I was at the National Aspergillosis Centre in Manchester, and that was the first time I was told how bad aspergillosis is. That was the time when the doctor looked at me and straight in the eye and said, "Stewart, you need to understand how dangerous this is. How if the medication doesn't work, you've got a 50% survival rate of 12 to 18 months. There is no cure. In essence, this will kill you." Which was a fun day. As days go, great day. And just out of complete fluke, I would say, I've also had my recent updates. So today is Tuesday the 13th. On Friday I went to Manchester, the National Aspergillosis Centre. So I've got my update from there, and it looks like the progression of the disease has currently slowed down. It's weird calling it disease because it's, in essence, it's something growing inside me. Anyway, so they do still guess, and I'm yet to have a CT scan, but they go by how I feel, how I look, and they take blood tests. And the blood tests measure the amount of antibody that I'm producing for aspergillosis, and at the moment it's the lowest count that it's been. It's still massively high, but it's the lowest that has been recorded in myself since I was diagnosed. So that was which is good news. So that was the first one. I then yesterday, Monday, had my meeting just about my lungs and my lung function and my sarcoidosis. So sarcoidosis is an autoimmune disease. I suffer from inflammation of the skin and the lungs, and the inflammation and the medication I took is potentially one of the reasons why I've got aspergillosis. So I was put on prednisolone, which dumbs down your immune system to stop my immune system attacking my lungs. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late. The inflammation collapsed into cavities, and then within the cavities, the fungus has grown. But on my lung function test as well, over the last 12 months, they've sort of stabilised. So I lost a massive amount of lung and lung function, but I'm now down to, I've got 52% of my lungs left, and the difficulty at the moment is breathing out. So they measure how fast you can get the gases out of your lungs, and I'm reading only 37% in 1 second. So only getting 37% out that should get out, which is why I sound out of breath a lot of times, and that's to do with the scarring of my lungs at the top. So it's rigid, so the bottom's moving, but this bit isn't. So it's sort of getting stuck there. But the fact there's not been a massive drop is good news, because last year when I had the test, there had been a massive drop and a massive decline. So again, that's good news. February, so I gave up sugar in February, and my skin is 1,000,000 times better. I'm looking up above on the thing. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I give up sugar for Lent, and I had 2 really bad days. Day 10 and day 11 were awful. Really awful. But I've had many benefits. I feel a lot better. I'm getting back more into a routine. Forces you to eat healthier. My brain, I don't feel as brain foggy, and this could be many things. It's not necessarily, I'm not necessarily saying it's because I've given up sugar. So my own personal belief, based on scientific and medical papers that I've read, sugar can be a major cause of inflammation in the body, of which I have a inflammatory disease. So sugar could be one factor that could give me a flare up. Secondly, some papers I've read say that a really high sugar diet, fungus can grow on sugars. So by cutting that out and changing your diet, you can potentially look at starving, is probably the wrong word, but aiding in the fact that your the fungus hasn't got as much food to grow eat on. But there is some, that's a lie, there is medical evidence to back it up, and there is scientific evidence, but it's not mainstream. So anyway, there's many factors as to why I might not be feeling as groggy. But most interestingly, February is the most active I've been since I coughed up blood in December 2014. So December 2014, I went to the gym, trained legs. The pressure from doing that, the fungus grows near arteries, and the pressure of that was one of the reasons why I coughed up blood. I just stopped for a bit there. Janine's went in the bath, she left the door open, and I knew the microphone would be picking up. But you know me, if you follow this channel for a while, I quite like raw vlogs, to be honest. I don't like over published. Published is the wrong word. I'm just sitting here saying about how my brain's not going foggy. And I say over published, over produced videos for YouTube. I quite like the natural YouTube reality of it. Silence. Yeah, so I've given up sugar, but the most active month I've had since December 2014, when I coughed up blood, I've been told that the progression of my aspergillosis is stabilised. My lung function has stabilised. And I'm thinking about going back to the gym. So the reason why I stopped going to the gym, well, two reasons. One, because it made me cough up blood. Not nice. And two, I just felt awful. But I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna do it. It'll be weird being that weak. But hey, be interesting. So that is my quick update. Good news, really. On my 3-year anniversary, sort of. So I guess my main anniversary is when I coughed up blood, but yeah, still here.